Welcome back to the lecture series on heat transfer operation subject. Myself Yogesh Landge. In last lecture, we derived the equation for the composite slab, infinite composite slab, and in today's lecture, we see the equation for the composite cylinder, and we look at one numerical based on the composite cylinder. So thermal resistance of infinitely composite cylinder. So consider a cylindrical pipe on which another surface is lagging on it, a solid surface, and on that one another surface will lag. So there are the one and two surfaces are lag on the pipe, and this pipe it having a particular thickness. So let's consider R1 is the inside radius, R2 is the radius of the first insulating material, and R3 is the radius of the second insulating material. So this is the R1, this is the R2, and this is the R3. Consider the inside temperature of the pipe is T1 and T2 is the temperature of surrounding fluid. H1 consider as a heat transfer coefficient inside the fluid, inner side, and outer side heat transfer coefficient is H2. K2 is the conductivity of the second material lag on the pipe, and the K1 is the conductivity of the material which is near to the pipe. So there are the two materials which having the different conductivities K1 and K2. These two are wrapped on the particular cylinder, or we consider this is the pipe with having the different radius. Now to solve the equation of for this infinite composite cylinder, again we take the help of the heat and electrical analogy, and on the basis of that we find out what are the various resistances in it. Now similarly in the previous case for the composite cylinder, composite slab, we look at the three layers of slab, the 1, 2 and 3. Now here there are the two layers of the material, the 1 and 2, and the 1 is the conductivity of the pipe or the cylinder, and the two resistances by the convection, that is the one is inside and one is the outside one. So here first we find out how many resistances are there. Okay, now another case, it is the temperatures are mentioned at the surfaces one, because it is again important to know the what is the heat transfer between the inner side and the pipe. So Tw1 is the temperature of the surface, T1 is the temperature of the fluid. Don't confuse between the T1 and Tw1. So T1 is the temperature of the fluid which is flowing through the pipe, and this Tw1 is the temperature at the surface. Then TWT is the temperature, the surface temperature between the two insulating material, and the TW3 is the surface temperature of the second insulating material, and this is T2 is the temperature of the fluid which is around this insulating material. Now look at the electrical analogy on that. The resistance basis, we just find out what are the resistances. The first resistance inside the pipe, and it is by the convection one, because the fluid is flowing through it. So the first case, it is the R convection. We represent it is R convection. Second, after that one, the heat is transferred from the convection part. The mode of heat transfer by convection in the other fluid. Then at this surface, between the material at the surface of the pipe and the material, it is by conduction, because this is a solid material. So through from this one, obviously the heat is transferred by the conduction one. Next material, again it is a solid material, so obviously the heat is the mode of heat transfer is the conduction one. So here I am writing R conduction, and the 2 is represented by the second material. And lastly, the resistance is by convection between the surface of the material and the fluid. That is the second resistance is by convection. So there are four resistance. One resistance, by the fluid, by the solid material, by the solid material, and by the fluid. So convection, conduction, conduction, and the convection. Fine. Now, on the basis of this diagram and by assumptions, we consider a steady state condition. There is no heat transfer rate change with respect to the time. The K1 and K2 are the vary. H1 and H2 is the different one, and the consideration of the T1 and T2 temperature, which is not changed with respect to the time. The resistance, the radius are constants, and by these assumptions, we saw the equation for the composite cylinder. Now one by one again we have to write the equations for it. How? Let's look at. So the first equation is Q is equal to H1A T1 minus TW1. Now this is we give equation number 1. So this particular equation, that is mode of heat transfer by convection. That's why I am taking this H1. In the first part, if you look at this case, then see here the heat transfer by the convection one here. So we consider the temperature of the fluid and temperature of the surface. Fine. So just rearrange this equation number 1 as in terms of the temperature and the Q. So we write T1 minus TW1 upon Q is equal to 1 upon H. 1 upon H is what? It is a resistance one. Okay. So let's consider this is the resistance of R convection, and we represent R convection 1. Similarly, heat transfer by the conduction through the cylinder equation is, so this is by the convection one, and for the material which is insulating on the pipe, the resistance, general equation is Q conduction, the temperature difference upon the resistance. So I can write this equation for a particular case is as the Q conduction is equals to the 2 pi L K1 upon ln of R2 by R1. This is the R. Okay, so this particular case it is the R, and Tw1 minus Tw2 is the temperature difference between the two surfaces, the surface temperature of the pipe and the surface temperature of the insulating material one. So we write this equation from this 2 pi L K1 is the conductivity of the first material. Similarly, when you are writing for the second material, I have to write Q conduction 2 is 2 pi L. 2 pi L is the constant. Instead of the K1, I am writing K2. This Tw1 I am writing Tw2, and this is, instead of Tw2 I am writing Tw3, because we consider the temperature at that particular surfaces, and obviously the radius are changed, so R2 I write in R3, and this is by R2. So if you look at this the third equation, so this particular equation I am rearrange this as Tw1 minus Tw2. So there is a rearrangement in terms of the temperature and the heat transfer rate and the radius and the conductivity. So this is the equation, just modified it. There is the little bit readjustment, and we write in terms of the temperature. Similarly, for the second material, I'm writing Tw2 minus Tw3 upon the conduction is equals to ln of R3 by R2 upon 2 pi L K2. So if you are not understood how this is come, let's look out the picture, and from that one you can easily understood what exactly and where from it come. Now this is the picture where we consider the pipe of radius R1, T1 temperature of the fluid, H1 is the heat transfer coefficient, and the fluid flowing at temperature T2, and H2, K1 and K2 are the conductivities of it. Now first we write the equation for this case, because there are the 4 resistances, so I am writing the first equation as in terms of the Q. So Q is equals to the, again I can write H1 into the A1 into the temperature difference is what, the T1, this particular temperature, so I am writing T1 minus the temperature at the surface, means this same temperature at this point, so I am writing Tw1. So this is the case for what, the first case it is the pipe. In the second one I can write the H2 upon A T1, sorry, here I am writing the surface temperature here, how much, because the fluid is contact with this surface, and this particular surface having the temperature of Tw3 minus T2. So this is a general, again this is A1 and A2 because the area are changed. Okay, so we consider the area of the cylinder 2 pi RL, that is the area of cylinder that we have to consider here. Fine. Now this is the case for the convection. Now what is the equation for the conduction? Because we know that the one part, this part and this one, it is by the conduction. So I am writing the general equation Q is equals to the heat transfer by the conduction. So I am writing again what is the equation for the cylinder. So this is important to write the equation for the cylinder 1, and general equation for the cylinder is 2 pi L K, the temperature difference, upon ln of R by R. I am writing what is that R by R. So here 2 pi L K, K is what? So first I am taking this surface, and what is the heat transfer between this portion that I am calculating. So I am writing, because the conductivity of this material is K1, so I am writing here K1. Now what is the temperature difference? So the heat transfer between this surface. So at this case, what is the temperature? At this point the temperature is TW1. Okay, so temperature is what? It is TW1 at this portion. So here the temperature is TW1, and at this portion the temperature is TW2. So this one. So this is the temperature here. Fine. Now I am writing this is as TW1 minus TW2, because these are the temperature at the surface. And here the ln of what? The radius at this portion is what? R2. So I'm writing this is R2, and the radius here, it is R1. So this is the case. Similarly, if you are to write the equation for the second material, so again I can write the Q is equals to the 2 pi L as it is. The L is not changed. The value of K, instead of K1 I am writing K2, and the temperature is, again look at the temperature at this surface, it is TW2. So I am writing this is TW2 minus what is the temperature at this surface, is TW3. So I am writing this is TW3 upon what I am writing now. What is the radius, outer radius of the material? It is R3. So this is one. So I am writing ln of, so just this portion I am writing as ln of the this radius, so R3, upon the inner radius is what? R2. So I'm writing R2. So this is the particular equation is what? 2 pi L K2 TW2 minus TW1, sorry, TW3 upon ln of R3 by R2. So we just rearrange this equation as in terms of the temperatures and in terms of the Q. Okay, so we just rearrange this equation as, so we are just writing this equation in terms of the temperature. So TW1 minus TW2 upon the Q, and that is equals to whatever it is. So the equations we write, and just by solving it we found that these equations. So we similarly writing the equations in terms of the resistances, okay, and the in terms of the temperature. So left hand side all are given the temperature and the conductivity, the heat transfer rate, and on the right hand side there is a resistance. So after addition of this, or the equation number 2, 3, 4 and 5, by addition of 3, 4, 5 and the previous equation 2, we got a generalized equation for the composite wall. It is as the T1 minus T2, the overall temperature, inner temperature of the fluid, outer temperature of the fluid, upon Q, because this is a steady state, 1 upon H1 2 pi R1 L1 convection part, ln of R2 by R1 upon 2 pi LK1 conduction part, ln of R3 by R2 upon 2 pi LK2 conduction part, and this is similarly 1 upon H2 2 pi R3 by L by the convection. So we write this equation for the composite for the cylinder is as, so Q is equals to the, by modification of it, rearrangement of the equation, so we can write the Q is equal to 2 pi L T1 minus T2 overall temperature difference. No need to look out what is the surface temperature of the two junctions of the material, so directly you can take the inner and the outer temperature, and the radius of each material that you know very well, and the H heat transfer coefficient is mentioned, the conductivity of the material is mentioned. You can easily find out what is the Q, what is the heat transfer rate through this. So I can again remodify this one in terms of the resistance. So I can write Q is equal to T1 minus T2 resistance by the convection, resistance by conduction, resistance by conduction, and resistance by the convection one. So if you find out the R convection, R conduction, R2 and R convection, so like this one R convection, R1, this one R1, this is the portion of R2 and this is the R convection 2. So if you find out the value of this one, then you can easily get the what is the Q, that the heat transfer through the cylinder. Thank you very much for watching this the video on the heat transfer operation subject, and today we learn the equation for the composite wall, sorry, for the composite cylinder one, and there is one numerical based on these two uh, equations, the one for the composite cylinder and another for the composite wall, that we see in the next video lecture. Thank you very much for watching this video.